Hey everyone, it's Jenny from Homestead Corner, and today I thought we would talk a little bit about more supply chain problems and more rising prices on the way. I am sure most of you have heard about the explosion a few days ago at a chemical company over in Thailand. This was a pretty big company and it is going to cause problems on the supply, obviously. And not only did they have that initial explosion, they had another fire breakout yesterday, a little more than 24 hours after they thought they had it out. So that is just, causing more damage. It's going to take longer to repair, things like that. And this isn't the only company. Apparently, lots of companies are having trouble with explosions and fires and all sorts of stuff. If you just watch a little bit of the news, you can see all sorts of issues. Stuff here in the United States, stuff all around the world. There is just all sorts of problems. And when these things happen, it messes with the supply chain that is already in, dire straits. Our supply chain is a mess. So this is just going to cause more problems, and more companies are talking about raising their prices and things like that. And a lot of the companies are not doing just one price rate, one hike on the prices. They are stretching this out. So it is, they're going to raise it 6% in a couple of months. And then a couple months down the road, they're going to raise it another 6%, and they're trying to do it in smaller increments. So it's not such a shock to people, I think. But the reality is the prices are going to continue to rise. And the more supply chain problems we have, the more the prices rise. So it's just going to continue to get worse and worse, and it's all out there to see. And I know a lot of people don't want to see it, but it's there. And so much stuff is happening. And, we still, here in Maine, we are still desperate for workers, just people to go to work, And I saw McDonald's was paying $14.75 today over in Augusta for first starting off bottom of the barrel at McDonald's. $14.75 is pretty good pay for flipping burgers, It's not something that's a career job, but you got to start somewhere, and I think that's pretty good pay, honestly. Seems our minimum wage, I think, is $13 an hour here in Maine, and so it's definitely, it's not on the low end, but, it's not the greatest wage in the world, but you could get by on it if you have a roommate and your partner works, like everything else. Even $20 an hour, it's still hard to make it on your own. A single person, car payment, rent, all that stuff. It's still, and we can't seem to get workers here. They still are given the extra unemployment, and I'm sure our state is going to ride it out to the very end and give it as much as they can. But it's just our local pizza shop. Well, it's like a little convenience store that they make pizza and sandwiches and like shrimp and fries and stuff like that. It's just, they have a little place to eat out back, like a little dining room area, but it's inside a convenience store. We live in a really small town, so that's all there is. But when you go there for the last month, they don't have hamburgers anymore. They don't have fries. You can't get a hot dog. You can't get shrimp. You can't get soup. You can't get anything but pizza. And they're really struggling with just the pizza. It's, because they got one person in the kitchen, and that's it. And, and they're trying to get help, and it's just, people aren't ready to go back to work. So, this causes a problem, and all of this stress on businesses because of the lack of work, the lack of supply chain, all these issues that are going on. You can't get products. This is going to cause more and more small businesses to go out of business. and that is going to just hurt our economy even more and more. We really need to buckle up and get ready for this to turn, it's going to turn ugly. And I don't see that it's going to be fixed anytime soon. It is not. Nothing is trying to help this get fixed. Everything is piling against us, it feels like. We can't seem to get a break. So while things are still available, we really need to get stocking up. We are definitely, the window of opportunity is closing. We need to stock up, and we need to do it now. And I think I'm starting to see more and more issues with medication not being available. Prescription medication, things like that. Sometimes you call in a prescription to get it refilled and it's there and ready, and some items are not there. And you have to wait. It has to be transferred from another store. If you are tight with your prescriptions, a lot of times doctors will give you 25 days or 30 days worth of supply. And if that's all you have and you can't order more for 30 days because of your insurance, then that is going to cause problems if they cannot get it. So asking your doctor, I have found my doctor did it for me for one of my medications that I need, and they called in a 3-month supply. They wrote the prescription for 3 months. So when I go pick up my prescription, I get a 3-month supply of it. And luckily, it is something that I can, use a little bit less. Some days I'm okay with that. So I have a little bit extra stashed away. So that's something that I think is important, is those medical, especially life-saving medical medication and supplies and things like that. If you ask your doctor for a little bit extra, they may not do it on all medications, but some of them I'm sure they will, especially if it's not like some kind of opiate addictive type thing, but definitely life-saving. So that's something that I think we can all try and work on, and getting ahead on cold and flu medications. That time of year is coming up, and people think that you can't get it because there's COVID out there, but there's still cold and flus, and we still are going to need those medications, pain relievers, over-the-counter stuff, all that. Making sure you have a decent supply. They do expire, and they may not work as well, or some of them may actually go bad, so you want to be careful with that. But having plenty on hand is definitely a good thing, because if you get sick and you can't go to the store, or you get to the store and it's not there because the supply chain is messed up, it all kind of ties together, and just being prepared for that ahead of time is going to help you. So when you're sick, you don't have to go out, which is even better. And it helps you get better faster, and you're not spreading it around to everybody else. Of our cleaning supplies and stuff like that, they are going to be going up over the next couple of months. I know Procter & Gamble, Clorox, Kimberly-Clark, a bunch of companies have already said that their prices are going to go up. If they haven't already started, they will be starting in September. I think it was Procter & Gamble said they were going to start price increases in September, but they are just, not every company is going to tell you that they're going to raise prices either. This is something that we have to stay ahead of the game. Tomorrow the price could be higher. 2 weeks ago, I bought chicken legs and thighs on sale for 79 cents. And for quite a long time, when they went on sale, that's what price they were, 79 cents a pound. And I noticed this week, chicken legs and thighs are on sale for $1.29 a pound. So that is a 50 cents per pound increase in just 2 weeks. So, that's a pretty big jump for, if you normally buy a 10-pound package, that's $5, it really makes a big difference on the grocery bill. And getting it now is going to be cheaper than getting it later. And just your medications anything, all those consumable products, your food, things like that that you need, getting them now is going to save you. So, you know, just a heads up, really, make sure you're stocking, and make sure if you can get extra on your medicine. I think that's going to be a big deal as we have more and more issues with the supply chain. So, and that's it for today. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.